Right, brilliant. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Senate interviews for MarsFM. And today we have Leesa. Say hello, Leesa.
Hi.
So, Leesa, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Cool. Okay. Well, my name is Leesa. I'm in my first year of my postgrad master's studying primary teaching at Maynooth. I did my undergrad in Maynooth as well from 2016 to 2019. I'm a wheelchair user and a disability advocate.
Brilliant. And what do you think the role of their senator entails?
Well, I do think having an experience with disability would really benefit me in the role if I were to be elected, which I obviously have an awful lot of experience with. I think you have to be very approachable so that students feel like they can come to you with their issues, and obviously empathetic towards those issues as well. And yeah, I just feel like you need to be open-minded, to hear what the students want, hear what they need, and to know that they're the best people to lead you with different issues that you can bring to the Senate. And yeah, I just think that being understanding and being approachable are two of the main characteristics you would need to be their senator.
And tell us how your campaign has been going so far.
It's been good. Obviously, this year there's been a lot of adjustments. This is my first year running and everything is so virtual. So, that has its advantages and disadvantages as well. I've been mainly using Instagram for my campaign, as I know a lot of candidates have, and which has been good. I've been receiving some really good engagement from people. People have been really, really nice. So that's been really nice to hear as well. And yeah, so far so good. But yeah, it's all just about, more than any aspect of life at the moment, just adjusting to being virtual and being online and what all that entails. Obviously it would be ideal to be able to be out on campus and actually meeting students and getting to talk to them face to face. But just moving with the times, and yeah, so far so good.
Brilliant. What are the main plans or ideas that you have if you were to get elected?
Yeah, so as I kind of said in my manifesto, my main kind of protocol would be to kind of have, obviously I want to work with the Welfare and Equality Officer as well, and I want to bring about, classes talking around the language around disability. I think oftentimes people are afraid to approach the topic of disability because they're afraid of maybe insulting or using the wrong language and stuff, and I really want to eliminate that fear. Because it's like anything, accepting something starts with education. So in order for us to be able to accept disability and relieve that stigma, we need to be educated in it, and it's up to all of us, the able-bodied community and the disability community alike, to get involved in that and to get educated. We all have our own responsibility to do that. And so I want to help bring that to campus and bring that across the student body, that people aren't afraid, oh God, I can't say that to Leesa because, I don't know how to approach the topic or whatever, or I may insult her. I want to kind of eliminate that and just talk about, person first language is something that I'm very passionate about as well, saying the person with a disability rather than saying disabled person, things like that. Really little things that I think can have a big impact on students with disabilities. So I definitely want to do that if I were to be elected.
And how are you going to campaign for the students?
Yeah, well, as I said earlier, it's all about engaging with the students. I mean, I have a physical disability, but that's just one aspect of disability. There are so many invisible disabilities. Mental health is involved under the umbrella term disability. There is so much more to disability than any of us will ever know. And no two students experience disability in the same way. So while I'm a wheelchair user, you could have another wheelchair user in the room. And they'd have a totally different experience of disability than I would. So I think it's all about just, listening to the students, asking them what they need, asking them what they're experiencing that's causing them difficulties and how they want me to help them. And then it's about, coming up with a plan, bringing it to Senate. And that's how we bring about change. If everyone was listened to and everyone's viewpoints were taken on board, instead of, treating disability as it so often is treated as a tick the box kind of situation, like, oh, you're a wheelchair user, oh, so these must be your needs. It's not about that. I want to be able to listen to all the students individually as individuals, because no matter how many disabilities you have, you're still an individual person. So I want to be able to do that, and that they feel comfortable telling me their issues so I can bring them to Senate. And I would definitely fight for their issues. I mean, advocacy is something that I do in my spare time anyway. So whether I'm elected or not, this is something that I really want to fight for anyway. But if I were elected, it would give me an infinite amount of opportunities to actually make a difference to Maynooth University campus. And that's why I would love this role.
And you just mentioned there, I just noticed that you said you were involved in these previous things, like previous roles that are kind of related to this. Could you just elaborate on that if you don't mind?
So like my disability advocacy and stuff.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so I have an Instagram page, which is just Leesa Vlogs. And over the past maybe 18 months to 2 years, I've kind of started using my page to talk about disability rights and things that people with disabilities probably wouldn't know about the disability community, different things like I mentioned there, language and things like that, the way that we can make the world a more accessible place for everyone. As I kind of mentioned in my campaign video, wasn't always as vocal about disability. For a long time, it was something that I suppressed about myself because I was so afraid that, people would just see Leesa in the wheelchair, that, people would never see the other aspects of my life. Because while I am very passionate about disability rights, there are lots of other things I'm passionate about, and I didn't want my disability to overshadow all the rest of me. So I was quite apprehensive about starting off being a disability advocate, but I'm so happy that I did because it has been the most rewarding experience ever. And it's so rewarding to hear people want to get involved and they want to learn. So that is something that I do anyway, and that's one of the main reasons really why I went for this role, because I feel like while I am making such a difference online and people have told me that I've helped them or that I've made an impact, I really feel like that would benefit the students of Maynooth. Because I've been there, I've been a first year with a disability trying to fit in and make your mark on the world, and I really want to empower other students using my own experiences and the knowledge that I've picked up along the way.
Brilliant. So hopefully everyone learned a little bit about Leesa there. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to go into a couple of little quick fire questions, so we might get to know Leesa a bit better. So cool. First of all, kind of controversial, what do you put on your pancakes?
My pancakes. I'm kind of a lemon and sugar kind of person. The odd time Nutella if I want to mix it up a bit, but no, I'm more of a lemon and sugar kind of person.
Breakfast or dinner?
Dinner probably. I'm not the biggest morning person, so I don't really I do eat in the morning, but I don't love it, so no, I'll definitely have to say dinner.
And what's your go-to dinner?
I love lasagna and pasta dishes. They're kind of my favorite, I think.
That's cool. Yeah, I've gotten that a lot actually. A lot of just a lot of comfort food. Yeah, which is
definitely, especially now that we're all the time,
Yeah, it's definitely fair enough considering the times that we're in. We all need to comfort ourselves a little bit. Yeah. Do you believe in ghosts?
I do. Yeah, I would be quite like a spiritual / religious kind of person. So yeah, no, I do believe in ghosts. Yeah.
Cool. Do you have a favorite song?
I'm a massive Coldplay fan, which is probably very old school and I'm probably showing my age, but I do love Coldplay, and if it was all-time favorite song, because my favorite songs change all the time, it would probably be The Scientist by Coldplay, which people always say sounds really sad, but I don't know, just when you have that go-to song that you just remember from years ago, that's the go-to song. Yeah.
Cool. What was the first concert that you attended?
That was actually Coldplay. Actually, I went to Coldplay in 2009, I want to say, in Phoenix Park. I went with my cousin and her boyfriend at the time. So yeah, that was my first ever concert.
I was going to say it would be a bit of a scandal if it wasn't Coldplay, but
can you imagine? That worked out very well, actually.
What is a quote or saying that you live by?
Definitely, everything happens for a reason. I solidly believe that. Even if you feel like something really bad has happened or that your life isn't panning out the way you planned, I feel like everything does happen for a reason, and eventually everything will come right. So that's definitely, I always have people's heads wrecked when they're going through something. I'm like, oh, everything happens for a reason. They're like, oh my God, would you stop? But I believe it, and I think it's true. So yeah, everything happens for a reason.
Definitely. What is the funniest prank that has been played on you or you have played on someone else?
God, I actually don't know. I can't really remember a time I was ever properly pranked. I probably have to go back to some random thing I did for April Fool's Day. But yeah, no, I haven't really pranked anyone, I don't think. Or been pranked. I can't. There'll probably be something now as soon as we hang up that I'll think, oh, I should have said that. But no, I don't think I actually ever have been pranked before. Never. I wish I was, so I could have a funny story and be like, oh. But yeah, no, I don't think I have an interesting story for that.
It was mad in our 6th year class. Where what we usually do is do a leaving cert prank, and we didn't do it, but a couple of years ago, we said some of the 6th years decided to bubble wrap our principal's car for whatever reason. Yeah, so it was mad.
I used to always see those pranks, when you're in the equivalent of 6th year, senior year, whatever in America, they used to always make this big deal out of in the TV shows and stuff, pranking the principal or something. We would have been killed if we did that in school. We would never have gotten away with it. So yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, that's America for you, really. But anyway, yeah. Moving on. Final question: who would be your dream dinner date?
God, that's a hard one. This is going to be like the controversial questions. I'm a massive Ariana Grande fan, and I have met her once. But when I did meet her, I was very starstruck. It was like at a meet and greet backstage at a concert in like 2017 or something. So I would probably say her, so I could kind of redeem myself and come across as not just this fangirling mad 19-year-old that I was at the time. And just definitely, I think that would be really cool.
Cool. So hopefully you've hang on, let me get my words straight. So hopefully everyone has learned a little bit about Leesa here, and please make sure to stay around at MarsFM because we've got a couple of interviews coming up at 7 and 8 o'clock, and then a couple more on Monday as well. So please make sure to stay tuned. I also want to thank Leesa for giving us some of her time. It's really appreciated.
Thank you very
best of luck with the campaign.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem. All right, goodbye everyone, and see you in an hour.
Thank you.